Hey there Stampers, and welcome to a Step It Up video. This week I'm going to do something a little different. I've done this from time to time where it's not technically a step card. So I'm using the same format and the same thing for every card. So each base is River Rock with early espresso matte with very vanilla cardstock for the image and well-worn designer series paper, but I did 3 different looks using the same format and the same papers. So here's the first one, and then the second one, and the third one. And the only difference is it's all well-worn designer series paper. The first one uses this one, and then the last one you just flip it over and you have the same one. And then I just pulled out this blue because I like this ribbon too. So you can see on this one I used white ribbon, and it's very vanilla cardstock, and it's mainly because this looks like it was faded white paint stamped on the paper, and so I pulled out white, and I like that. And this particular Antique Brad goes perfectly with River Rock. It has that coloring and it's perfect. So I just wanted to show you how versatile using this paper, and 3 masculine cards that could be used for anything. And this one I actually finished off because it's going to be my anniversary card for my husband. So let me just kind of give you a brief viewing, but it is fun to play with 3 different looks using the exact same format. So it's the River Rock card base, the standard A2. It's 8.5 by 5.5 folded at 4 1/4. The mat is 4 by 5 1/4, and then that makes the designer series paper 3 3/4 by 5. And either way you use it, it works well. The additional mat for the image is 4 1/8 by 3 1/8, and that makes the very vanilla 3 by 4. So it's a thin mat. You can use, I used 3 different sentiments from 3 different stamp sets, and I don't even know which ones I pulled them from. But you can see how versatile this is. And then the main image is using Lovely as a Tree. On this one, and I did it the same way, the only thing I varied on all 3 of them is how I colored it. You can see on this last one I didn't color in the trunk of the tree, but I did come back and color in and added more green to the foliage. On this one I did a little bit of coloring in on the foliage, and I colored in the tree. And this one I don't think I colored in the foliage at all, but I did color in the tree. So I start with early espresso, so, since that's what we're using on the mats, and I do the trunk of the tree with early espresso. And then I do try to go in, and I do it afterwards though. So depending on which one you want to make, let's say we're doing this one, I'm going to use more of the River Rock and Crumb Cake as the base. And this is one of those that it's great because you can be fairly messy and not really care so much. You can come back and tap in, tap in some green, and there's no right or wrong way. You can't mess this one up. That was Always Artichoke, and this is Old Olive, and that'll give it a more springy color. And then I do like to go back in with the whatever wood, and you can see branches, and you can just kind of touch them here and there, like so. And then you're going to huff on it, and I like to position it towards the top so I have room for the ribbon and the sentiment. And go to the top. And then you can come back in. If you have an aqua painter, you can come back in with some color. Grab whatever you have. This is normally what I do. And I just put some ink down on a slick surface, take my dry aqua painter, a little bit of water, touch it, and then just come back in and fill in your foliage. If you want it less green, you add more river rock to it. And it's really easy to do, and you can't really mess it up. Just come in and paint a bit, and you can see it's really easy to do. And then you do the trunk the same way, and you just finish it off by ruching the ribbon and adding the brad and your sentiment. And it's a very easy card to do. But I was really pleased with these, and I couldn't figure out a way to go down or go up, so I just did 3 versions, and they'll be on my blog as well, pictures of them. So this is 1, 2, and I love this not quite navy with river, and then 3, where I added, this is always artichoke seam binding, and I really like that combination with the stripes, because that color I think is supposed to be always artichoke. Anyway, hope you like this week's video, and you'll be tempted to pull out a Designer Series paper pack and see what you can create just using the same sketch, but switching up the papers a bit. Have a good week. See you next time.